You are listening to Palucci Performance Podcast, and here is your host, Ray Palucci.
Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode. Thank you so much for finding the time and being with me here today. I'm Ray and I'm your host, and let's go straight to today's topic. Today we'll talk about something beautiful. We'll talk about another technique. As you guys been seeing, I've been sharing some techniques lately, and because I think that those techniques are very helpful. Sometimes we have to see the big picture, but sometimes we have to see the little one. We got to see things that we can do daily, exercises that can help us come closer to the best version of ourselves. So today's topic is about an exercise called brainstorming. Well, we all have heard about brainstorming as like, let's put out ideas, talking to your bosses, talking to your friends or co-worker or whatever it is. We've heard about the word brainstorming, but today's exercise is called brainstorming, okay? It's not just putting out ideas on the paper, but beside that, we're going to go in much more in depth, okay? Now, there's a lot of techniques out there as of like what is the best exercise that we can use for brainstorming, because there's a couple different brainstorming exercises. There's one that I know that is called like the spaghetti, because the exercise goes like as a different shape like the spaghetti has, and you go from one point to another, and then you keep looking at what is the best point that you can do, and then that's how you kind of connect the dots, and next thing you know, it's going to become like a spiral, just like a spaghetti. It's also mentioned in the book The Toyota Way, but I think that there's a bit different in there. So there's different kind of exercises we're gonna talk about, but mainly this exercise called brainstorming, because I've learned this from Brian Tracy. There is a seminar online and it speaks about goals. And that's what we're going to connect mostly the exercise today about goals. And why we're going to do that? Well, spoken about that before. Goals are very, very, very important. If we don't have goals, it's like a ship without a destination. We will be floating around. And if you're playing darts, but there is nowhere that you can aim, you can throw all day long. You're still not gonna hit something. Why? Because you don't have a target. So that's why goals are very, very important. And this kind of brainstorming exercise we're gonna talk about, I use it daily. Now let me tell you how I do it. Well, first, I hope that you guys understood by now that the importance of goals is ridiculous, is magnificent. Like, we must have goals. But sometimes we are very, we don't like to write it down goals because they scare us. And sometimes it's like, okay, like I want to become rich, but how? Well, becoming rich is not a goal. You need to do something that will help you to becoming rich. So like becoming rich is going to be the byproduct, the success. So you're going to be like, well, what I'm good at. Well, speaking about myself, let's say my mastery is tennis. Well, I'm going to do this in tennis, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that, so I can become rich or achieve the financial freedom that I want and hit this number that I would love. So not the byproduct, not the success, not the end point. That's not a goal. That can be like a dream, I would say. But again, I don't like the word dream, because dream is just kind of like wishes on the drawers. But that's like the big picture. But goals are more specific. Goals have to be narrowed down. Goals have to be very, very, what's the right terminology? Like, goals got to be very, like, aimed for it. Got to be down to the line. Got to be something that you can feel it. And that's why we talked about, for example, the chunking technique. From like writing a book with 365 pages, it seems like very, very difficult. Well, now we gotta, break down and we know we can achieve it, because if I write like a page a day, then I'm gonna do it in 1 year. So that's what we need to know about goals. The art of writing goals, it's just amazing. It's beautiful. So today, I'm gonna give you an exercise. I want you to take down a piece of paper. And on top of the piece of paper, I want you to write down brainstorming. So I want you right now to write down on that piece of paper 20 things that you want to have it. Can be short terms, can be long terms, can be whatever. But I want you guys to write down 20 things that you would love to have in the future. Let's say that you had the magic wand and you can snap your fingers or something and those things can become reality. What are 20 things? And then you just write it down. Whatever comes to your mind, you can put that right now. Becoming rich, having a Ferrari, having 3 houses, having, private jet, helping people, doing this, doing that. Just write down. Just write down. And after you have finished this, I want you to circle or maybe put a mark for the things that you believe that are short-term goals and you believe there are long-term goals. But to be more even specific, I want you to put down 3 categories. Like short-term goals that you can achieve like from now to 6 months, let's say. I want another one to be like, I don't know what you can call it, but medium-sized goals. And I want this one to be like 6 months to a year or a bit longer than a year. And then I want the next one to be 5 years to 10 years, 5 years to 20 years, whatever you want. So after you have done that, after you have brainstormed and put down 20 things that you would want to do, now you can make that even 50 if you want, but I think 20 is a good size to start. Because why I say that? It seems like 20 is the perfect number, and that's what Brian Tracy also said, to have enough to make you motivated and have the desire to keep going longer. So also, what do I mean by that? Well, it seems like 20 is not a lot. Well, I can find 20 things that I want. But trust me, once you write it, when you go down to the 15th, 16th, the last 3 to 4, oh boy, they're so difficult to find. And you get stuck. I got stuck the first time. I'm like, oh my God, if I had a magic wand, if I can snap my fingers, what do I want? I just mentioned 16, but what? Now on those last 4, that's where the magic happens. That's where the special ingredient come into place. I know there's other exercises out there, and I believe one comes from Warren Buffett, where it says write down 100 goals, or I think write down 50 goals, and then just focus on the first 5 and forget about the rest. Well, you may focus on the first 5 because the first 5 seems to be the ones that will kind of are very important to you because they just come straight to your mind, I want this, I want that. Those are the things that you really, really want. But the last 5 of 20, especially the last 3, are the ingredients, the main ingredient of your success. Because now you are thinking, and you're thinking deep, what do you truly want? What are some things that you just missed, but you know that they're laid down deep inside of you? So now we have 20, okay? Now, if you have 15 that are very, very long-term goals, the ones that are 5 years and longer, and you have 5 short-term goals, but you have nothing from the range of 6 months to a year and 2, well, now you got to modify your list. So the idea of this exercise is for you to make kind of a perfect match. It doesn't have to be the same amount of the goals or numbers, but you say 7 here, and the rest there. Try to be very equal on those goals. And why is that important? Because if we have so many long-term goals, then we're kind of living on the future and we're not focusing on the present. And if we're just focusing on little things on the present, then we're not seeing the big picture. So everything is about balancing. So we need to have a good balance between one another. So after you guys have all these 20 goals and you have a perfect match from one to another, I want you to start thinking about those goals. Okay, start thinking, start looking at it, just looking at it and thinking, looking at it and thinking, looking at it and thinking. And now other ideas are going to come into your head. So whatever comes to your head from thinking about one goal at a time, you're going to make one line and you're going to write it down, whatever it is. And then one line and write it down. And then you're going to kind of like make one goal in the middle. You're going to circle it. And now you're having like outputs. And then you're writing. And then you're writing. It's kind of going to look like a star in the end. Some are going to have more outputs than the other, but that's fine. Now, when you have completed this thing, now I want you to see if those outputs are something that will be adding to your goal or are something that will help you achieve the goal. And also, if it's none of theirs both, which is great, the last step you're going to do is that you need to write more things down that will help you achieve the goal. If, let's say, one of the things is, from the brainstorming, is to become rich, okay? And then you're going to write down like, so what do I want to be rich? For example, I want to have a fast car. I want to have this house. I want a private jet. I want this. I want that. Okay. So I want all these things. Nice. Now, is there anything of those that will help me achieve the goal? No, I didn't mention anything that will help me achieve the goal. Good. So now the big goal is becoming rich. Well, as you said at first, becoming rich, it doesn't seem like it's very, very specific goals. So now, is there anything of those output that is more specific that will help me become rich? Yeah, I think like having a private jet will automatically make me like I'm a rich guy, because in order for me to have a private jet and maintain it, I need X amount of money. Oh, nice. So private jet and a Ferrari and this house. So now seems like you need those money to buy those. So what is approximately the amount of money that you need to buy those? Well, if I make all the calculations, I feel like I need $10 million to do those. Nice. So now you have a goal. Now you have $10 million to achieve as a goal. What is this? Is a 10-year goal? Beautiful. Beautiful. You leave it on the 10-year goal. But you see where I'm coming from? From brainstorming and then keep editing. Now we can come to a specific goal. And that goal is going to become even more specific, which means that now what do I need to achieve? Okay, so after I do this, seems like I have a long-term goal for 10 years to have 10 millions. Beautiful. Now you look at the other stuff. Do I have those medium-sized goals or the short-term goals helping me achieve the long-term goal? Yeah, it seems like it, because in the middle one, it's that I want to graduate. Okay, so you want to graduate in the next 4 years. And after graduate, you're going to open your own company, or maybe you're going to find a bigger job that's going to pay you a lot of money. So this is a medium-sized goal. Nice. What is a short-term goal that will help you achieve the medium one that will eventually help you achieve the long one? Well, I need to be consistent every single day on my homeworks and on my self-improvement. Beautiful. So you see what I mean? From a brainstorming, from writing down like probably wishes and dreams and here and there, now you're breaking it down and breaking it down and breaking it down, and now you're more specific. So the art of writing goals, as I mentioned at the beginning, again, is an art. It's not easy, it's difficult, and you need some time to do this. But once you do it, then you're more clear where you're going. Then you're more clear what you want. You're more clear what you need, your desires, and more time you spend, then you're going to be more clear on what you need to do. I need to graduate on my undergrad. I need to finish my master's. I need to find this job, and I need to do that. And now you're constantly becoming closer to the long-term ones. But while you're doing that, you're also achieving the short-term goals, which will boost your confidence to achieve the long ones, and obviously adding other goals that you can achieve. So I hope this makes sense to you guys. I hope that I know that it's a bit difficult. I mean, I cannot find in 15 and 20 minutes the art of writing goals seminars that I've watched with Brian Tracy and Jim Rohn. Those can go for hours, so just having something like that is not, at least you guys have something very, very, very good there that you can do. But again, you can become better at it. You can add more stuff. You can master this stuff, and you can just learn and learn and learn it. Eventually, you're going to become better. It's going to become like a game. And not just that, but you are going to enjoy it. And obviously, hopefully, start achieving those goals. For me, after I finished this exercise and I did all those, what I wanted or what I end up doing it is that I narrowed down from 20 to 10. So every morning I write down 10 of my goals that I want to achieve. And some are short, some are like medium size, and some are long term. And I write those 10 more important ones for me every single morning, because now my mind is in there. Now I'm writing more about it. Now I'm thinking about it. Now I'm starting the day with looking at my goals, writing my goals down, setting up for success, programming my mind of where I want to go and what do I need to do, and just kind of giving myself more energy to get the day going, and hopefully being closer every single day to my bigger goals and my small term goals. So you see what I mean? We probably need more to talk about it, but I hope that from this one you found out some good inputs and some good examples. And if you need more, let me know. But I want to see your guys' comments and thoughts. And obviously, I appreciate all your likes and shares, and I'll definitely be looking forward to hear your guys' thoughts about it. So thank you so much for being with me here today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until the next one, you guys stay blessed.